down in the den, so go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome to Down in the Den. It's your boy Marz, and welcome to the #1 podcast for lovers of music and all things entertainment. As always, we bring you the most amazing talent from all across the globe, and today is no different. Welcome to the Den, the talented musician, artist, DJ, dancer, podcaster. I'm sure I'm missing something. The one and only Tiffany Jaye. Tiffany, welcome to the Den. How are you doing today?
I am great. It is such a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited. I've been listening on Spotify, and I also watched on YouTube. So just to get familiar with it, because I was like, what is the Down in the Den? This is so cool. I want to be in the den, you know?
Well, you are in the Den, and we're going to get you an official denmate stamp for your passport at the end of this interview. So if you're ready to rock and roll, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, everyone knows that watches and listens to the show. We begin every interview with the same #1 question. I'm a huge geek. Everyone knows that. I love comic books. I love superhero movies. I probably put on a towel around my neck and jumped off of something far too high in the past. That's neither here nor there. But all superheroes, they always have an origin story. And I believe creatives are superheroes. So I pose this question to you. Tiffany Jaye, what's your origin story?
Okay. Because you're a superhero geek, right? I wanted to try to give you the same essence back. All right. So this
give me that energy. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's
Here
get
it goes. I gotta read it off because I'm gonna be in character. All right.
Okay.
Okay. In a world where young girls dream of becoming a little mermaid locked away in a castle with a beast, Tiffany Jaye flies on a magic carpet ride. To become a true hero of her time, she must endure the upbringing of a family move from New York down south to endure life anew. An early statistic of divorce and a single parent home, Tiffany Jaye seeks love and attention from her stuffed animal studio audience, who later turns into crowds of football stadiums, churches, and concert and coliseum venues. To find out more, tune in to All Things Tiffany Jaye at MissTiffanyJ.com. And then I got
love it. That's Stan Lee quality. I love it.
yeah. I got more. I'm not done.
Let's do it. Let's
I got
go.
more. So then you got some pretend that you see visuals, right? Boom. This is a visual. It's a montage of origin story. Pictures, a montage. Boom. Then there's some more. Boom. A montage of photos. And more of a montage of photos. And I got one more. And to finish off, A&M Records, Atlantic Records, competitions, showcases across the world continue to reveal the dedication Tiffany Jaye has on her craft. From the Purple Charlotte Steppers Club to dance competitions to the Avid Brothers music video, as well as a number of her own projects, such as a mini documentary called Black Girl, You Are Magic. These are all examples of Tiffany Jaye rising to the occasion in every opportunity that she gets. The word no is simply a stepping stone that pushes Tiffany Jaye further into stardom as she hones her talent. Again, all things Tiffany Jaye at MissTiffanyJ.com.
Check out the website, Friends of the Den. Hell of a story. I love it. You took the most effort in the origin story, so I love it. You get a gold star for that. Absolutely. So you're indeed a Renaissance woman, and you do it all, a little bit of all. When we book an interview, we do our research. We have a staff that goes out, and we like to listen to their music, whatever programs they have. We like to really just dig into it, and I love your music. Tell me a little bit about your most recent release. I really dig them. Walk me through the creation of your most recent release, Calling Me.
Got it. So Calling Me was created a few years ago A friend of mine from high school, we got together and I was like, need some help with producing things like that. So we sat down for about 3 hours and made Calling Me, right? And so when it comes to the actual creation of the content of the song, the first thing that was fresh in my mind was a most recent situationship that had gone south. And that's pretty much verbatim, literally what is in the song, like word for word of what happened, what was said to me, what I said back. And yeah, that's how that came about. And I went to, a lot of times I do the creation process. If I don't need anyone else as far as production wise, I do it by myself as far as the writing. And then I go to my music manager, okay, now I'm ready to present. This is what I have. What's your critique? So as far as the arrangement, he was like, Calling Me. That was going to be the hook. So we solidified on that. And then I went back to the drawing board and continued arranging the song. And then as you see today, this is what we have. So it probably took me, I would say, over maybe like 2 months for the arrangement process. The song was already done and just needed to be mixed as far as like instrumentals. But that's how that came about. And the reason why I put what was said is because it was fresh. I felt like it was real. It makes it so much more personal for someone to dive in and be into my front row seat of what was happening. And then you can create your own situation for yourself. So yeah,
Super dope. And it's a narrative. No matter you're
literally.
male, female, whatever it may be, it's a narrative that after you get a little bit of time under your belt, we've all been through it. So I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Now, if anyone hops over to your social media, they will see you get it in on a regular basis. You have energy. You're dancing. You're getting it in.
Yeah.
You're motivating people. We love that. I'm more of the sloth type individual, but I still look at it and I'm like, this is great. Maybe one day I will also move a little bit. But how did you get into dance? Tell us a little bit of how you
So,
discovered your love and passion for dance and just bringing light to people.
I have been dancing at a very young age. So this photo right here was, I don't know if you could see it, but this is before I was 8 years old. So it's between like 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Wow.
And this is when I was in New York. And this photo right here means a lot because my sister's dad at the time, I don't know if you can see it, and you see the record player and all that stuff in the background,
Yes.
right? So every night we had this black couch, and back in like, I don't know, like late 80s, early 90s, you had the mirror on the wall, and he would play like he had crates and crates of records, and he would play his records, and I would just dance in front of the mirror until it was time for me to go to sleep. And that was life because 90s music is just everything, you know?
Everything.
So
Hey, I'm a 90s baby. Absolutely.
yes, so there was that. I was in the Boys Harbor next to my school, PS 171, and I was a part of ballet, modern dance, jazz, and tap. And this is a performance at the Lincoln Center that we did. And so that was my very first like big thing. I know I did a photo shoot even earlier than that. I found some like film pictures and things like that. But it's just been there ever since. When we came down here, we tried to find some spaces and it just wasn't the same. They cost a lot, as just coming down south is not as prevalent as it is up north. And so then that's when we went to a parade. It was like Martin Luther King Day parade or something like that, Thanksgiving Day parade. And I saw these girls, I'm in here, but I saw some girls walking down the street and I said, what is that? That's where I need to be. So I got into the marching band world. So you already know when I watched Coachella with Beyonce, I was all in there.
For you.
But yes, dancing has always been a part, and even so much more in my adult life. When 2015, I stumbled upon the Purple Charlotte Steppers Club. I went on Meetup and I was looking for something to do. I was in a depression state and I was trying to find something different from my friends. I didn't want to do the same things that we did. I just want to do something solely that was mine. And then I stumbled upon them and they do partner dancing, which is Detroit Ballroom and Chicago Step. And then there's DFW Swing. And there's just so much in that community. And so if I would have known about them earlier, I mean, life would have been different, but I'm just so glad that I found out about them when I did. And so that's what I'm doing now until forevermore. And so dance is something, it's just a part of me. It's a part of like how I grew up and it will never go away. And I'm doing it so much more now because I don't know, it's invigorating, it's inspiring, it keeps me fit, it makes me happy, it makes me whole. And so I you something that you don't know, 2020, I had a fibroid surgery, and I didn't know that basically my uterus was swole to the size of a 5 month pregnancy. And it kind of added a lot of, restrictions. It was just a little bit bigger here. And so with the removal of that, I feel like I went back to my college body. And I also was like, oh my gosh, I'm not like disabled. I can move, I can dance, I can do things. And so for that, I'm dancing for the people that can't dance. I'm dancing for the people that, can't, whatever. Like, I'm alive, I'm enjoying life. And that's what I want to give off for whoever's watching.
I will let you know and confirm mission accomplished. Every time I see a video pop up, I'm like, look at Tiffany getting it in, just bring it out light and shit. And I'm sitting here, my sloth self, you know, like,
Sipping on
hey,
whatever you sipping on.
I was born without rhythm. I have two left feet, so I
Okay.
I look at it and I admire, but I can't move myself.
It's okay. It's okay. You
Now,
could do a little, I know you
I
could
could
do
do the
that.
little shoulder, maybe,
Come on.
something like
There
this.
you go. There
That's
you
about
go.
it.
It's fine.
Now, another passion, we have a couple of passions that we share. Obviously, music is a passion for 99% of the planet, but you're
Yes.
also a bit of an artist. I've seen you sketching out and and I love art. I love drawing myself. How did you get
Yes.
into that?
That's also something that I've done since, yay high, kindergarten. I've been drawing ever since. So I went to school. I have a BFA in art design. So I can, as far as graphic design, photography, video editing, that whole thing, that's what I went to school for. I was going to try to do a triple major, but it was
Oh,
not saying it's
wow.
impossible. Yeah, I was going to try to go for dance. I applied to the School of Music at UNCG, and obviously I graduated the BFA, and then I wanted to minor in Spanish. So these are still goals in life. They can still happen. I was going to try to go to grad school at Pratt Institute, didn't get in, but it's cool. You can still learn. You can still, with people living up to like 90 years old, I have plenty of time to do whatever it is that I want to do. But art is definitely a passion. I remember sitting in class and you would do your 2 minute sketches, 5 minute sketches, 10 minute sketches, and your 30 minute sketches. And it's the same thing that dance does. It's different because for dance, sometimes it's an outward expression, and for art, it's more of an internal kind of pouring in that you're doing, and you can actually see a final product that you put your time and effort into. So it's just beautiful. And the piece that you saw, it was my niece and I. She was like, let's do a drawing contest. And I was like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. She was like, you can do it because she knows I can draw. And I was like, I'm not ready. And so we sat down and looked at a puzzle picture, and then we did that. So that's what that was the other day.
Super sweet. Super sweet. I love that. Now, another passion that we share, obviously, is podcasting. Your podcast, 10 Minutes with Tiffany Jaye, is super dope. How's that experience been so far for you? I know once I started, I think December 31st, 2019, it just changed my life.
Uh-huh.
And
Very good.
yeah, it just changed my life. So, how's it been for you? How's that? I love talking to fellow podcasters and just, you know, a meeting of the minds. How's it been for you?
Yeah. So I was inspired. There's No Gossip, Just Talk. And there's two girls that I know, and I was on their podcast, and I was like, yo, they're doing this through Anchor. Like, I could do that too. But what would I talk about? Like, well, how do I make it my own? And also I was afraid because I was like, well, if I put my thoughts out there, who's gonna want to like hear what I have to say? And I said, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I said, because if you were like if you were your favorite artist, I'm sure if Neo did it, if Kevin Ross did it, if Michael Jackson did it, if Janet Jackson or whoever, anybody who did it, I would love to just sit and be a fly on the wall and hear whatever it is that they have to say. So I'm sure I just need to create the content. So it came out 2020, the pandemic, everybody's like rethinking their lives, of course. And I just needed something else to do. So it's very therapeutic. It's confident, vibrant, and quirky with an edge. This is 10 Minutes with Tiffany Jaye, featuring the inside scoop of her mind, thoughts and opinions, the day in the life of an upcoming artist, 9 to 5, a handful of gifts and talents that will blow your mind. All things Tiffany Jaye, da da da, right? So I had to figure out what I wanted to say and what it was going to be about, and that's basically it. Sometimes if I go on a trip, I'll take you on like the fleet DJs in Texas, and I'll say, this is what the trip is like, so you can feel like you're there. Another thing is I have friends across the world. I have a close friend of mine who just moved to Saudi Arabia to teach. I have people that I've worked with. They live in Australia. They live in California. They live in Texas. So it's kind of like a phone conversation without, I guess, the two-way kind of thing. But if you listen, you know I'm talking to you. And then sometimes it's therapeutic where I have something on my mind. And so maybe I used to call them peanut butters and jellies. And the jellies are the easy days. The peanut butters are the thick days that you had like a little bit of, something to get through, right? And
Okay.
so I would say, these are my peanut butters and jellies, my challenges. And I would just talk and say, today was a difficult day. I had someone who yelled at me, not really sure how I was going to deal with it, but this is the thought process. So anybody else that's going through the same thing, they can say, wow, if she can do that, I think I can too. So that's basically how it came about. I'm at episode 105, I believe. And another reason, also because of the surgery. Do I want to talk about that? No. Do I? Maybe. Also because of the surgery, I did a healing journey, and I wrote 42 quotes that I found online. And I have an issue with improvisation. And so that kind of pushed me into read the quote and say whatever it means to you, basically. And so because of that, I've been able to speak a little bit better on the fly and translate whatever's going on up here out into the open. And so the podcast helps me with my speech. It helps me with live situations such as this, and just a better interaction overall. So I had a mouthful to say, but that's it.
Seems like the experience, like mine, has just been awesome for you. And I tell people it's therapy, it's fun, the connections, the networking you make. And in a world we text and send emojis, it's good to be able to actually communicate
Yeah.
with the tongue and really speak
Mhm.
with people versus just LOLs and
Yeah.
eggplants or whatever the hell they're sending on. I'm old school. I'd say I'm high touch, not high tech. So, you know, I I'm a journalist by nature. I went to HBCU for mass communication, so
Okay.
I
So,
cannot end any segment without getting a little scoop for the den mates and the friends of the den. So, as a journalist, give me the scoop. What can we expect for 2022? What else do we have in store?
so today is Friday, I believe. Yes.
It is.
So in a few days, one, you can expect my birthday on Super Bowl Sunday.
Happy birthday, 21. You get the little drink for the first time I see you. There you go.
Right? So really excited about that. And then next Thursday, Calling Me video is going to release. So I've been posting a few snippets, here and there. So we have that. I have another single that I want to put out. I want to put the single and the video out at the same time. That song's going to be called First Time. So we'll see about that. Also, I'll be going to South by Southwest in March. July is another Fleet DJ conference. That's the main one that they're going to have in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm going to be doing a competition with the Titans of the Dance Floor. That's the Purple Charlotte Steppers Club. So I hope to win with me and my partner. And then let's see, there's another competition at the end of the year. And of course, podcasts and stuff here and there. But music's always at the forefront. We're promoting. I'm having interviews such as this, trying to get on FM radio so that more people can find out who is this Tiffany Jaye and what, and then everything else will be revealed.
Love it. One thing that we're consistent about is the three P's: purpose, passion, and a plan. And it sounds
Mhm.
like you have all three in spades. So we wish you nothing but the utmost success with the new music and the other journeys that you have for 2022. So we're excited to see what's coming up next.
Cool.
Awesome, awesome. So, Tiffany, it's been a blast. It's been a absolute pleasure welcoming you to the den. But before I let you go, we have to play a game. It's the
Okay.
rules. I don't make them. Well, technically I do, but that's neither here nor there. So, this season, every season, we have a different, unique game for that particular season. And this game is called If You Don't Know, Now You Know. Baby, baby. Shout
Right?
out to BIG. So
Exactly.
this game is designed to really just give the friends of the den and den mates the inner workings behind the minds of our guests. They're quick,
Mm.
rapid fire questions. They're completely random. Some are very emotional. Some are completely stupid. Some may be gross, but they're completely random and designed to kind of throw our guests off your typical
We'll
podcast
see. We'll
music
see.
interview. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So question number one. If you don't know, now you know. Tiffany Jaye, if you could have a Freaky Friday swap with one person in this world for one day, who would you love to trade places with?
Okay. Okay. Oh, cool. Ah, shoot. I don't know. Anybody?
Anybody in the world.
Think quick. Okay, the first person that came to mind. I got two people. Because they were musical artists. So the first person that came to mind was Beyonce.
Of course.
One, because why not? I just want to know, like, where are you? I just want to know, like, where. And then because she has three kids, I just want to know again, as a we've seen her grow up, you know. So I just want to know, like, what's your life like? How do you deal with your music, your fans, your personal, your kids, like. So that's question one. Boom. Oh, the second one was Janet.
Hey, you can't go wrong with either one of them. I would take those swaps as well.
Yes.
I would take those swaps as well. That's awesome. Beyonce and Janet. I love it. Okay. All right. Perfect. So question number two.
Número dos.
Social media or social events? Which do you prefer?
Hmm, that's tough. Ooh, as far as what?
So do
Just
you
to be on it or what?
yeah,
What
yeah.
do
Do you
you
prefer handling everything on social media, your Instagrams, your Twitters, whatever it may be, or do you prefer going to like a social event, networking with people, conferences, things of that nature?
I'm torn. So the introvert in me is going to say social media. Um, but you can't, but to be honest, you have to have the social event. So to be honest, that's the introvert in me. So I'm gonna go to the social event and I'm gonna go back home and be on social media. But the more and more that I'm coming out of my shell, the events are basically what makes it happen. Social media is just a follow up. That's really all it is, to make sure that you keep crossing the bridges and that you don't abandon them. So I'm gonna say the events. Um, Final answer.
Perfect, perfect. We locked you in. Final answer. I agree with that. They're both very important, but
They
at the
are.
end of the day, it's that high touch that's really what
Yeah,
seals a
exactly.
relationship in. So this question is a little bit more introspective. It's the feel good question of the interview. Who has mentored you the most or taught you the most when it comes to being a musician?
I would say my music manager, Neil. Neil Harp of 646 Entertainment has been there since the beginning, and he has definitely molded me into the person that I am today. He's also kind of like a father figure. He's one of the longest standing males in my life, and he's taught me as far as the inner workings of the music business, right? As far as getting your business in order so that you can do what you're supposed to do. So, Artist 101, your BMI, or whatever your pro organization is, your sound sound exchange, your BDS radio, that type of stuff. All of those things, staying on top of your game. He has this thing called From the Studio to the Stage. The studio version is, yes, like the perfected version, yes, but it's not the only version. A song is never complete. Why? Because you can have the live experience. So you can say, oh my gosh, that was Tiffany Jaye in Hawaii, but did you see her in Madison Square Garden though? You know what I mean? So there's so much. He has a wealth of knowledge. I got to witness, he had some old footage of him singing. He had an operation that uh, paralyzed one of his vocal cords. And he also was supposed to have a full ride to Berkeley. So, due to life, he is not able to sing like he used to. But I saw some footage. The dude is bad. The dude is bad. Like, he can play, he can sing. And I trusted him ever since, like, even still. But when I saw the footage, I was just like, you know what? There's still something there. I'm gonna stick this through, work with him. And I got a little nervous myself, like maybe I ain't even, all that I thought that I was. Cause the dude can sing. Like we're gonna put something together this year to showcase that, because he wrote a song that he did when he was young and he had me sing that same song and I never heard him sing it And I think we need to put that together. So you'll be seeing that. That's another something that I want to put out for 2022, just as an homage to just his life and what he has done. So that's the mentor. Neil from 646 Entertainment.
Shout out to Neil. We need the mentors. We need the support, especially with the music business. That's what our DMate program is about with so many young artists. Like, hey, don't sign that. Don't look. Don't do this. Don't give away these points. Don't do that. So it's very important to know the business part about the music because it can rob your passion away, and we don't want any creatives to have their passion robbed. So shout out to Neil for being a mentor. We need more mentors in everything. I'm a big proponent of that. So, question number 4, and if you don't know, now you know segment. If you could go back in time and give younger Tiffany Jaye a piece of advice, one solid single piece of advice, what would it be?
It would be to trust yourself. You It may seem like you don't have everything you need because you can't see it, but girl, you have everything that you need. So trust yourself. Don't worry about what will happen. Just be who you are. Be that girl that was in the room singing to those stuffed animals. And it doesn't matter. Just be that person and then everything else. So like when you see me dancing now, that's who I'm tapping into. That person way back there. So yeah. Mm.
Love it. And the final question of the interview, the final question of this segment. If you
Okay.
could sing a duet with anyone, alive or dead, who would it be?
I would love to sing with Whitney Houston because she has this aura about her that is just, I feel like, unmatched. I mean, there's everyone has their aura, but I just want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to understand it. And then after we sing, I know she's going to tell me, you got to do this, and this. So I just want to soak it in. And I just wish I could have that opportunity in heaven or something like that, when everything is all said and done. But definitely her. She's just like a breath of fresh air. So yeah.
He's a one of one for sure. It's not too. I don't think, at least in our lifetime, we're gonna see another
Right?
Whitney.
Yeah.
Maybe the grandkids, but not in our lifetime for sure. For
Right,
sure.
right.
So Tiffany, this has been a blast. Thank you so much for coming on, chatting with us, sharing your story, your incredible origin story. That's the first right there. So thank you so very much. You've earned the floor. So please let the friends of the Den know where they can find you, your social media, your website, whatever you have going on, whatever you want to promote. You've earned it. The floor is yours. And I turn it over to you.
Everyone, this is Tiffany Jaye, and you can find all things Tiffany Jaye at MissTiffanyJ.com, which is the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, the Snapchat, the TikTok, the YouTube, whatever it is. You can do hashtag Tiffany Jaye, you can do hashtag Miss Tiffany Jaye, you can put me in on Google. Everything will be there, and that's Jaye. Because some people do
Absolutely.
some, yes, I just want to spell that out.
Don't put
But
a
yeah.
regular J. Perfect, perfect. Well, please, guys, she's dope. I'm batting 1,000. I've never recommended a whack artist ever in my life. I have too much integrity for that. So please check her out. Subscribe to the Instagram, the Twitter, the TikToks. I'm old school, so I'm learning all these things. The Snapchats. I don't even know what that is. No, I know what a Snapchat is.
Yeah, you
The YouTube and everything, everywhere that
everything.
everything. Go ahead and
Just
listen
go to
to the music.
MissTiffanyJ.com. That's
Yeah,
it.
just go to the
Everything will be there.
website. Go to the website
Mhm.
and you'll go down the rabbit hole. You'll find everything you need.
There you go.
Absolutely. Well, check it out. She's super dope. She's super fantastic. If you want to smile in the morning, go to her Instagram. She's going to be putting on an amazing performance that'll get your day going. So she rocks. She makes a stiff old board like me want to move a little bit, even though I dance like Elaine from Seinfeld, but that's neither here nor there. So check her out. We would much appreciate it. And like we ask all of our den mates to do and friends of the den, if it's an artist that you discover, blow up their pages with those little red dots that reflect Marz. That means you saw her here. That means she knows you're making an impact from being on our show. So do that for us. Please like, comment, subscribe, everything she has. like and comment, subscribe this episode because it's dope. I'm giving you dope free content. So, least you could do is smash that like button. Follow on Spotify Music, Apple Podcasts, all the podcast places.
Everywhere.
Check her out. 10 Minutes with Tiffany Jaye. Check out the podcast. It's dope. Check out our podcast. And as we end every episode the same way, it's your boy Marz. It's Tiffany Jaye. And we always end it the same way. Peace, love, unity, and respect. Deuces. It's down in the den, so go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now.